Subscribe to the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour program today and never miss another episode. The Shock of the Hour is a Radio Anu exclusive program produced every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By now, I am sure that you are aware that all our programs are packed with information, inspiration, mystic vibrations, as well as hot button topics. Every evening we enter into a different dimension, even if it is a part 2 of the previous program, whether it's history or mystery, biology or philosophy, domestic affairs or the locks of your hair. The mystic vibration is sure to bring something new and interesting to the table every evening. So never miss another episode again. Subscribe to the Shock of the Hour now. And don't forget your key Swahili word of the day and your daily scientific fact. So, to subscribe, give us an email, priestisaac27@gmail.com, or call or WhatsApp us today. Area code 1268-728-3162. The Shock of the Hour. Never miss another program. And a special note to all our new subscribers. All our new subscribers will receive a special copy of the DVD documentary, full length, The Night of the Black Tiger, The Divinity of Marcus Messiah God.
Kabara,
Darling, greetings, blessings, salamta, each and every one. Welcome to another edition of the Shock of the Hour. Of course, we glorify Kadamawa Haile Selassie I. Let me just say, each and every one should be on the lookout for the Cosmic Series. Cosmic Series will be at your door very soon. Very, very soon. I don't want to say in a few short days or a few short so-called weeks, but it will be there very soon. And the Cosmic Series is a series of lectures, our lecture series. So we'll be bringing out a whole series one time, directly dealing with the heavens declare the glory. So what we will be doing, we are going to be producing, well, we already began, but we are producing, as I said, a series. It could be a 4-part, it may be a 5-part series, directly dealing with the understanding of the cosmos and the reading of the heavens and understanding the movement of the stars and how it connects to theology and even how it connects to religion. So it's going to be a very important package that I think everybody needs to get a copy of. Our lecture series. This is a video, by the way, video lecture series. So slide presentation, PowerPoint, not audio alone, but audio and visual. So of course, you should get yourself in order to get the full series. Of course, to get the series, all you have to do is contact us via email, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and say, Priest, I heard about the Cosmic Series. The heavens declare the glory. That's the title. The Cosmic Series. The heavens declare the glory. Showing you the movements of the stars, the zodiac belt, the sun, the black hole. We will be going into many different aspects of the cosmos. And at the end result really is to make that strong connection with the universe and the reality of the true concept of the Creator. Not just the reality of the Creator. I mean, you could look at a blade of grass and see the reality of the Creator. But now the concept of the true understanding of the Creator and the ways of the Creator. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, if you understand how to read the heavens, all of that will be right there for you. Now actually this morning I woke up to news coming out of Libya. And although from time to time you hear news, coming out of Libya, and the fighting taking place in Libya, and what is going on in Libya. This is not Africa now, for those who may not know. And so you hear that from time to time. But then I heard it on one news agency. Then I saw it in the local paper. Then I heard it somewhere else. And I said, look how these people have destroyed Libya. So I decided to just change my plans for this evening's Shock of the Hour a bit. I do it all the time. And I said, I want to address not just Libya directly, but I want to address a lecture, a presentation that was given by the Ugandan President Museveni. Now, Museveni himself is an individual that every now and again you would hear of him in the news. And those of us in the conscious realms, we are not really impressed as it relates to some of our African leaders. As you know, the situation in Rwanda. In fact, they are, I don't know if the word celebrating is the right term, that may not be the right term at all, but they're recognizing the anniversary of the genocide in Rwanda, where in the period of 100 days, 800,000 people were killed. Well, we will be touching upon the Rwandan genocide before the 100 days is passed. And there's a direct link with that and even the Bobo Shanti. But when the time comes, we will get to that. So our African leaders, though, at times we're not really impressed, you know. Although many would say that they're dipped in corruption, and sometimes we cannot really prove it, and you tend not to deny it. But even though you may not be able to prove it, you still do not see enough that would inspire you. Okay, for example, Mugabe. Robert Mugabe. Now, I know people that live in Zimbabwe. I don't live in Zimbabwe. I know people that live here that have been to Zimbabwe and back. And they would tell you similar things to what you may hear from the media. Robert Mugabe is not as good as you want us to believe, you know, brother. Robert Mugabe has the people starving, and Robert Mugabe this and Robert Mugabe that. Okay, fair enough. But I'm saying that at least those of us who may not be right under Robert Mugabe's doorstep, we still see something that we appreciate about Robert Mugabe. We still see a stand that he would have taken as it relates to the farmers and just the black liberation struggle in general then and even now. Some of these other leaders, they have no past really in the struggle. They may have a little history in the rebellion against their own brothers before they came to power. But as far as against the colonial masters, it's not a part of their resume. And now that they're in power, there's nothing that really stands out or even jumps out at you for you to say, oh yeah, look what he's doing. So even though the corruption accusations may not be true, or even though they may be true, and even though some of us cannot really say, well, we can prove it or prove it not, we are still not encouraged to say, well, yeah, this is one of the greatest leaders Africa have. Or yeah, this is a real boss now that we are looking at here in the African community. But anyway, there is a speech here that Museveni gave some time back. And in this speech, he was speaking about the situation in Libya, and he was directly highlighting colonialism in general in Africa. And I must say, if you have not heard the speech, it is somewhat like a college professor giving a lecture here in history and psychology mixed into one as it relates to the African situation as we, deal directly with our, let's use the term, former colonial masters. So what I want you to do is to give a listen to the speech. I'm not going to run the speech all through, because there are some points that the good brother made during this speech that I would like to press pause and comment upon, Yes. So once again, remember, this is the Mystic Vibration. Of course, this is the shock of the hour. And of course, each and every evening we come right here and give you something new to chew upon. For those who have not subscribed to the Shock of the Hour as yet, it is very important. Remember, when you subscribe to the Shock of the Hour, you get each and every program that we do nightly. It will appear right in your inbox, my good brothers and sisters. All you have to do is definitely email us, PriestIsaacs27, Priest Isaac, not Isaacs, Isaac27 at gmail.com, and say, Honorable Priest, I would like to subscribe to the monthly Shock of the Hour subscription that you have available. All right. Mystic Vibration, Museveni, President of Uganda.
Is very low. The other time the Europeans attacked Libya, you count political influence, Africa's influence is very low. The other time the Europeans attacked Libya, Africa objected, but the Europeans ignored Africa and went on and attacked Libya. And as you hear, Libya is now in chaos up to today. And that chaos of Libya has spread to the rest of the Sahel region, to Niger, to Mali, to Burkina Faso, to Cameroon, to Nigeria. And this was on account of something we advised the Europeans not to do, but they ignored us and went ahead and did it. This is political marginalization.
Listen. This is very, very, very key.
So the question is, what happened? How could the first be last and for so long?
Listen.
Because you remember when I started, Africa was the first here, first there. Then somehow, 600 years ago, we started getting all these calamities. And we are still going through the same calamities. Now, the story of Africa is a long one. I don't have time to go through all of it. But fortunately, I'm in the bad habit of writing. And I have written about all this. For instance...
Okay, hold on. Before the good president goes any further, he began, at least the clip that we have here, he began with the Libya situation, as I said. And he's clearly saying that several years ago, Europe invaded Libya. And when we say Europe, even though Barack Obama, don't try to blame it on Hillary Clinton. I hate to hear, especially black people, try to blame it on Hillary Clinton. Don't get me wrong, you can blame Hillary Clinton if you want to. That don't mean nothing to me. In fact, she needs to be blamed too. But don't blame her as if she is the one to be blamed and not the other fella. No. We're not into that. Don't try that. We're not into that. You're the one that say you believe in the Nyabingi order. Death to black and white oppressors. You bring it up very conveniently. So bring it up now. Brother Barack Obama is who we should be concerned about as it relates to the destruction of Libya. That was not an attack on Libya, brother. To me, them things is not an attack on one person, not even nation. It's an attack on a people. The attack on Bill Cosby was not an attack on Bill Cosby, brother. That was an attack on us. We're not aware of this. So, Museveni now is showing you, well, listen, man, we told them don't do it. And they did it. And look at the situation in Libya today. A country that was stable, much more stable than most of the other countries on the planet. Definitely had more stability than those that invaded it. And you know, I always wondered to myself, this situation in Libya, I remember when they were looking for Gaddafi, Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations, said that they had an award to give to Gaddafi. They had a humanitarian award to give to Colonel Gaddafi. And they could not give it to him. Why? Because he was missing in action. So you mean to tell me, while they were bombing Libya, looking for Gaddafi, this is before they caught him, Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations, human rights, the man, human rights and justice, United Nations, was giving Gaddafi a humanitarian award. Not just an award, you know, not the best chef for 2000 and whenever it was, not an award for the best hairstyle or the cleanest pair of shoes. He got an award, or he was supposed to get an award, a humanitarian award, an award that means you genuinely deal with humanity up fully. Give me a break, man. This is a sick world. And I know I wasn't dreaming when I saw it on the news. And then hear this now. Even before they caught the tyrant, before they caught the terrorists, Gaddafi I talking about, because that's what we are supposed to accept him as. You say that, you're a good guy. You say Gaddafi is a monster, you're a good little Negro. Yeah. So before they caught the general, the opposition that was so-called uprising against Colonel Gaddafi, they already had a seat at the UN. Remember, they don't catch Gaddafi yet. The leader of the land, they have not caught him yet. They're still looking for him. But yet still they already give the enemy of him a seat at the UN. The flag was flying, brother. The flag was flying. And I sit back and I watch this as an adult and say, what kind of world is this? So when injustice comes knocking at your door, who is it you're supposed to run and go to for help? And the good president here says, we were the first at everything. That's Museveni, you know. We were the first at everything. Congo is in a, not Congo. Uganda is in a terrible state. And when you speak of Uganda and Rwanda, it's Congo you're talking about too, especially in this day and time. All of that, you know, Lord Resistance Army and all of them things, it's best you just talk about the whole area. But Museveni is saying that the history of the Congo, the history, I keep saying the Congo, the history of Africa in general is such that we were the first in everything. But about 600 years ago, we started to go downhill. And he says he doesn't have all day, his history is so long, and he likes to write. So Museveni is a conscious cat. He's been doing his studies. He knows a lot more than, you know, we seem to realize.
Those former Africans left here about 100,000 years ago.
Here it is. Here it is.
Until 100,000 years ago, this present man was living only in Africa.
You hear the man giving you some anthropological vibes now. So he gone 100,000 years ago. He gone into Kenjira man and the Broken Hill man and the Zimbabwean man now. Hear what the man talking about. 100,000 years ago, nobody else was around but I and I. This is the president of Uganda. I wonder if they teach this. I wonder if this is a part of the curriculum. All what he talking there. No disrespect to what he's saying, you know. In fact, I'm very happy to hear this. But all what he's saying here, is this information privy to the little babies as well? Because if not, we're wasting time. Because who we talking to here? Who the people here? Parliament or some people in the stadium? Nah, man. Them old fogies ain't gonna change. You need to tell this truth to the young seedlings that just coming up.
But they left about 100,000 years ago, and when they went into the cold climates of the north, they had no need for melanin, So eventually they lost the black pigmentation. And that's how you get all these different colors. The yellow, the Chinese, the whites, the Europeans, the brown, the Indians. And the Chinese have to adapt more specifically to their climate there, to have small eyes. If you go and stay in China.
I don't know if you're getting everything the brother is saying here. The brother is now giving you that the whole change of the phenotype, the look of the person, and that is why we can even connect those Oriental people with the Africans that have the similar eyes, the koi eyes that looks like the Japanese eyes, and the African president is highlighting this as well.
The climates of the north, they had no need for melanin, so eventually they lost the black pigmentation. And that's how you get all these different colors. The yellow, the Chinese, the whites, the Europeans, the brown, the Indians. And the Chinese have to adapt more specifically to their climate there, to have small eyes. If you go and stay in China with the big eyes of our women here, big, macho makubwa, the cold wind will take out after a long period you may not survive.
And I've heard our scholars speak about that. Although the theory, which I still agree, as you could see, there are Africans that have similar features. But yet still I've heard of that theory of going into that cold Asian breeze that comes down off of the Himalayas in different directions, which would over time turn your eyes in such a formation. And listen, now you hear the president of Uganda saying the same thing.
So therefore, Africa, it's a long story, but I'm just touching on the main points. Africa is the origin of man. Africa is the pioneer for civilization. Civilization started here. The Egyptian civilization 5,000 years ago was here in Africa.
Wow.
Then later on civilization spread to Greece, to Rome, and so on. Africa is the one which protected the modern religions at some crucial points.
Africa, now this is key. Africa, I mean, if you listen good, it sounds like he has some protesters somewhere around the building or something, but I guess that's the life of a politician. But he's saying now Africa protected all major religions at some time or the other. And I'm sure you could remember, those of you who are subscribers for sure, and those of you who are ardent listeners, and even those of you who are YouTube fans, I'm sure you would have come across that the lecture that we uploaded on the YouTube that was done at the conference that we had right here in Antigua, when Brother Alistair Thomas spoke of the Christ child being taken to Africa, to Kemet, to Egypt, according to the narrative, where he was basically incubated and taken care of in the land of Africa so he could return to his homeland, Jerusalem, to become the man that the whole world has now admired as the Messiah. This is Alistair Thomas, and we are getting something, or I should say you are about to get something similar to such from the Ugandan president, Museveni.
If you remember the story in the Bible of the children of Jacob who sold their brother Joseph into slavery.
Listen.
And then when there was famine,
hear this,
in Palestine,
hear this,
all the children of Jacob came and they joined their half-brother, Joseph, in Egypt. And they were able to survive.
So you mean to tell me, if Jacob and Joseph and the rest didn't come into Egypt, because Brother Alistair was talking about if Jesus didn't go into Egypt, there wouldn't be no Christianity. But now we're looking at it from Museveni's point of view. If Joseph and Jacob didn't go into Egypt, there wouldn't be no Jesus. In other words, I know that's sacrilegious to some, and oh, you're blaspheming, but come, take it easy. Let's not lose track of it. Let's stay on earth, and let's not lose it. So if Jacob and his father, or Jacob and Joseph, pardon me, didn't go into Egypt, if he didn't go into Egypt into captivity, if his brothers didn't sell him into Egypt, then the Jewish religion as such then, as we know it, wouldn't exist. If we are to believe that the Jewish religion realistically is an offshoot from this, not just concept, either the concept or the realistic story, whatever the case is, the Jewish religion would not exist, because neither concept nor the history would be there, because Joseph and Jacob and the rest never got a chance to escape the famine that was hitting the land. They were saved by Africa. We are to believe, aren't we?
And they stayed there for many years.
Yeah.
Until later on they were rescued by Moses.
Okay.
So again you have Africa saving those people.
Save Moses too.
At a crucial point.
All right.
When Jesus was born, you remember?
Me remember.
The King Herod ordered that all the young children should be killed.
Right.
Because he was worried, because somebody had told him that a new king had been born. So Herod said, kill all the children of such an age. Where does Joseph and Mary, where do they take Jesus?
England.
They hide him in Egypt until the danger is over. That is Africa.
He's not done. Listen to this now.
Again playing a very crucial role.
Hear this one.
Much later,
Allahu Akbar,
when Muhammad had problems with his Arabs, they wanted to kill him. Where does Muhammad run to? Ethiopia. That's why he stays until the situation is better in Arabia, and he goes back. So this is Africa. The origin of man, the pioneer of civilization, the protector of modern religious movements at crucial periods.
That's true.
Yet this Africa, in the last 600 years, has gone through many problems. What are these problems? The slave trade ravaged Africa for many years. Many people perished in that trade. Up to today, if you go to the US, you will find black people there. If you go to the Caribbean, you find the black people there. If you go to Brazil, all those black people are there. They were taken there as slaves. Then there was colonialism. After, there is one of the scholars, Dr. Rodney, whom one of your people, your professors here, Migot, would know. He wrote a book entitled How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Or rather, you could even have said, how Africa developed Europe. The free labor of slaves is part of the efforts that liberated Europe from poverty. So that slavery went on for many years, and when slavery later on was found to no longer be profitable, when machines were invented.
Here it is.
During the early part of the Industrial Revolution, it was found that it was easier to use machines than to use unwilling laborers.
When machines were invented, they found it more profitable to use machines than unwilling laborers.
Slaves. So then the Europeans became Christian again, and they launched an anti-slavery movement. And that's how the slaves were emancipated.
And I like the sarcasm there. So the Europeans became Christians again. So the Europeans became Christians again. And they brought slavery to an end.
But when the slaves were emancipated in the US and in the Caribbean, then the Europeans came here and now turned us into semi-slaves.
Here it is, no man.
In the form of colonialism. Then after colonialism, we had now neo-colonialism. If you analyze each of these phenomenon, you will be able to get a long story at each stage. We had genocide in different parts of Africa. In Namibia, some of the people were almost wiped out.
Wow.
The Herero were almost wiped out for resisting colonialism. In Uganda, some of our people called the Banyoro, whose king resisted colonialism for a long time, Kabalega. They suffered a lot of suffering. Up to now, the population of Bunyoro has never fully recovered.
Sure.
Poverty in the era of affluence. Because the modern age is the age of affluence. Certain populations in the world are affluent, they are rich. But Africa is still in poverty. So you have poverty in the era of affluence. And where is it found? In Africa. Underdevelopment, you still find it in Africa. And yet, certain parts of the world have gone through 3 industrial revolutions. The first revolution was the invention of the steam engines, the use of steam engines. The second revolution was electricity and the rail transport.
So the first revolution was the use of steam engine. Then came electricity and electrical transport. I want you to listen.
And the third revolution was the use of electronics. in the 1960s.
All right.
The third revolution.
You know, yeah.
We are now entering the fourth revolution.
You got to be kidding me. We're entering the fourth revolution
of artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Where intelligent machines are threatening to replace the human beings in the workplace.
Yeah.
Now, all this is going on, but Africa is still underdeveloped. Marginalization. If you look at the figures of global trade, Africa now is very, 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 very low, very small contribution to global trade, even smaller than it was in the past.
Now can you imagine that? Now, the fact is, a person doesn't have to be what we call conscious to be aware. In fact, what we call consciousness really is we tend to see consciousness is a person that is somewhat applying the knowledge that they have. You see, because some of us, we are genuine in heart, and the truth has been hidden from us for a long time. When we hear the truth, we wake up. We like, what? You mean to tell me this is what has been going on? So this stuff I was learning when I was this age, that age, and what? It's a lie? So we become conscious as such. All of what Museveni is saying there, he may be saying that to a crowd, that the vast majority of the crowd, you may be surprised, may not know what he's saying. But in the midst of that crowd, there is someone who is void of that knowledge, who is gaining the knowledge now from his president or from whoever. Maybe it's someone that is listening to his speech in another African country or further afield. And maybe hearing this for the first time. And if not hearing this for the first time, really digesting it for the first time. Did you hear what the president said? He said that 100,000 years ago, we were the only people on the continent. Yeah? Wow, that is interesting. So where did the white man come from? And that is a move in the right direction. You start to like so weird, and you just start to ask questions. You understand? Now I'm just saying, there are others who know this, but they do not live what they know. Many people are aware of this. Many other politicians, not just in Uganda, all over the world, have a good understanding of their history. They're not all ignorant. They have a good understanding of their history. Okay, look at Barack Obama. Don't you think Barack Obama have a good understanding of his history? He's not a descendant of quote-unquote slaves. His black lineage comes straight from the motherland. No stop on the way. His white lineage is a different story altogether. But as a youth, he was in and out of the struggle as far as civil rights and them kind of rights, so he has an idea. Now, don't you think Barack Obama has an idea of who Assata Shakur is? And I'm just speaking lightly. Barack Obama has a good idea of who Assata Shakur is, I'm sure. I'm sure he not only knows who she is, maybe he has had a closer encounter than we know. Because he's a brother that was seeking towards knowledge as it relates to his identity. No matter what you think of him during his presidency and years prior to that, a few years prior to that, the little that we know, okay, let me put it this way. The little that I know is that there was some level of consciousness around him. It may not be Rastafari, but there was some. That's why people will try to tell you he was a Muslim. And they see him here and they saw him there, and I was in a mosque with him. Then they show you a picture of his wife with the wife of the minister Louis Farrakhan. So I'm just saying he may not be you in consciousness, but he is not as far away from it as how he may portray himself. That's my point. That's why he has a hip in his hop and a pep in his step, because he knows how it is in the trenches. Let's just put it that way. And that's a reality. He's an individual that, I mean, people are not even too sure where the man born. You see, that tells a lot, you know. They're not even too sure where he born. That's why they oh, when he's born, he was really born in Indonesia. No, he's born in Hawaii. No, he's from Chicago. And you know, so he obviously has the knowledge of different levels, different worlds, different places, different lineages, different people. So he's packed up there in the brain and understands, and he has traveled. I mean, come on. So he has knowledge. And I'm saying all that to say that with the things he knows, he could give a better speech than what Brother Museveni was giving there, more in-depth and more compact. But yet still, during his time, an extra $1 million went on the head of our beloved Sister Assata Shakur. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking at her picture on my wall. So what am I supposed to say about that? So I'm just saying that to show you that is not everybody that is aware of the things that make some of us conscious. It's not all of them that are conscious in the sense, they may be conscious in the sense of they are aware of, but they're not conscious like how you would want to believe consciousness is. I have no hard feeling at all for Brother Museveni, but I don't get no impression outside of this speech that this is a conscious man for how we define consciousness. Uganda is cinnamon. Uganda. Come on, I mean, I've not been on the ground, and I don't like to lean on what CNN and the others say. But I think we have enough understanding in our studying, in our reading, in our listening, in our observing, and our evaluating to know that, I mean, come on, things could be a little better. And we understand that the enemy's hand, he's explaining that to you. He's explaining that to you. The grip that the enemy has on the country, even up to now. So it is good, I must say, it is good that he's bringing that out in the open as well. Because many of us, we're not in the seat. And even like in the Caribbean islands, you know, I really like to tell people, listen, it is good to criticize and critique, but still you got to keep in mind that you're not in the seat. And even if the most genuine was in the seat, because of the weight of the seat, many people will still have something to say about the man or the woman in the seat. Look at our divine Negusa Negas. Look at our divine King of Kings. And strong opposition was given to him while he was in the seat. Now, even before we seal up, there's something here I want to present. This is from the president of Tanzania. What's his name again? I think it's Magufuli. I have it somewhere here in my confuser here. President Magufuli. I think that's how it's pronounced. And he is, okay, here it is. He is, okay, hold on, take it easy, brother. This one is something else. He is at it's either a press conference or some sort of address. And you know the Chinese are all over Africa. This fella here not even. A few years ago, not fella, pardon me, yes. This brother here, he's not easy. A few years ago, I know he was pushing strong for banning, I think they banned contraceptives in Tanzania, if I'm not mistaken. He said we need more children around here. Don't be following Europe and America and rather worse China and them people there. We need children around here. What are you talking about? We underpopulated. That's what the man said, you know. And so you know China is all over. China is all over. All over. They're right here. They're doing the roads. They're building our parliaments, and when I say our, not necessarily, well, they're building it all over. Our parliaments, our airports, our government infrastructure in general. They're giving us this and giving us that, and then they're getting this and they're getting that in the form of land and these different things. So in the same way that the Chinese are in Guyana, and the Chinese are in Jamaica, and the Chinese are in St. Kitts, Antigua, the same way the Chinese are in Tanzania. So the president now, he's going to be speaking about some road that the Chinese are supposed to be doing. I guess this was the groundbreaking ceremony here. But the way that the man is speaking to the Chinese, I was listening to this. I said, wait. The way that the man talking to them, I never heard a leader. This is the president of Tanzania now. I've never heard a leader speak to the Chinese in public in such a manner like this. I'm not saying it hasn't been done, but like this. For example, in Antigua, our prime minister here in Antigua, that's Gaston Brown, the Honorable Gaston Brown, according to the official title. He is known to say what's on his mind. He's known for that. I'm just telling you, he's known for that. Just say what is on his mind. Anybody that follows geopolitics internationally, even at the UN, the man just say what's on his mind. You know? But I've never, as far as I can recollect, him talking to the Chinese in this manner. Now, the president wasn't rude, you know. I'm talking of Tanzania now. He wasn't rude. But he was very stern.
Contractor and the consultant, I'm just trying to narrate what I have spoken to you. That this project...
Hold on. Now listen, he's telling the contractor, he's trying to narrate to his people, because his people is there. He's just telling the Chinese contractor, I'm trying to narrate what I spoke to you. So I trying to tell these people out here what I done tell you. So what he gonna tell the people in front, or what he's basically gonna tell the Chinese contractor in front of the people, is something that he already tell the Chinese contractor in private.
Contractor and the consultant, I'm just trying to narrate what I have spoken to you. That this project is supposed to be finished within 2020.
It is.
There's no need for delay. You better do this job night and day. People of Mbinga, especially those people who are staying along this road from Mbinga to Mbamba Bay, actually they need to see the road before 2020. And in addition of that, even myself,
listen.
I just want to open this road before 2020. So you must finish it because the money is there. Nilikuwa najaribu kuwaeleza Kingoni na Kisukuma pamoja ili waelewe hawa. Na nataka niwasikilize wao. Contractor, just come and tell them if at all you are going to finish this road. Yes. 2020.
No, hear that? So he telling the contractor, come. Contractor, just come and tell them if you're going to finish the road in 2020. And the Chinese one coming, yes.
Na nataka niwasikilize wao. Contractor, just come and tell them if at all you are going to finish this road. Yes. 2020. Please. Because the money is there and the certificate will be paid on time.
Yeah, the money is there. The money is there. He said that.
Na nataka niwasikilize wao.
He said that already.
Contractor, just come and tell them if at all you are going to finish this road. Yes. 2020. Please. Because the money is there and the certificate will be paid on time. Please. Mr. Guo.
Yeah, I will complete this work before the end of the 2020. I will do my promise. We will work in 24 hours per day. Sometimes Sana.
So you will finish it before 2020?
Yes.
Thank you, Shishen.
Shishen.
Mumemsikia na Mungu amemsikia.
So you see, he hold the Chinese man to his word. He bring him out now. He tell him, so this is a series of things, and I watching this on a different level. He clearly said, listen, what I'm trying to tell these people, I'm just trying to bring to life the discussion me and you already had behind doors. These people here need this road finished for 2020. No waste time, the money is already there. He said that 3 times. Then he come back. I myself personally, I want to see this road done for 2020. Mr. Contractor, please come and tell the people if you're going to done the road. Yeah, this is something else. For 2020. Oh, yes. I will finish our road for 2020. Even if we have to 24/7. So let's be clear. So you're going to done the road for 2020? Oh, yes, Danielson. Right. That's all we want to hear. You hear him. All right, don't be playing with us now. And then he start to kiss Swahili and Chinese man don't even know what he's saying. Yeah. So at least, you know, sometimes we can sit, because I hear some of these radio personalities here in Antigua. Sometimes, you want to jump to the FM and strangle them, no feel no way. I just say, I don't really want to strangle them. It's people that I love. But these people are always with their little dead, enslaved talk. Anytime anybody said, yeah man, the situation in Africa, well, it's the African leaders. These African leaders, they're enriching themselves at the benefit of the people. All of these African leaders, from Gaddafi all the way, from all of them down the line, and Nkrumah was one of them too. He tried his best, but he got corrupt. All of them down the line, they call all sorts of names that they never did any real research to know anything about who they're trying to talk about. So we know who the real corrupt people in Africa is. The real corrupt people in the African saga are not the Africans, number one. So you may say, man, Africans corrupt too. I didn't say, that's not my argument. I said the root of, the main, those who are still instigating and keeping it alive are not the Africans. Neither the leaders. I don't care what you say. I do not care what you say. The real corrupt hand is the chocolate that melt in your mouth and not in your hand, and the drink that says it is it, and all of these organizations that we patronize that get their raw material, diamonds. There's this diamond documentary I want to go through with you in Namibia to show you how our people are so psychologically gone. They're robbing diamonds from them and giving them a little measly job. Just a little under 200 of them jobs. And it's like hip hip hooray. Give me a break. They're robbing us blind in the motherland, Rasta. And have us fighting over the little crumbs that they throw back at us. That is the truth. But trust me, we're not the root of this. That is what Museveni is trying to show you. He's trying to show you, trying to highlight to you that, hey, there's more than meets the eye. And if he knows that, oh, Museveni, if you know this, oh man, come on, man. So where are the programs? We should have heard something. I'm not saying you're not doing anything, you know, because you could be doing something in Uganda to raise the consciousness of the people. But somebody that is of your status, your program is supposed to be big enough that we can hear of it across the seas, because I haven't heard nothing. Man, I have people that subscribe to my YouTube channel on almost every corner of the planet, Museveni. Almost every corner of the planet, they have somebody that know a priest Isaac, and that's me. I'm not a politician. You got millions upon millions, brother. Come on, with that knowledge you're spitting. Don't be talking them, talk to me. I know some of you impressed. I am not impressed. Yes, he may have said it to a stadium of people. I give thanks for that. But if you know what you just said, my brother, come on, that's enough. If you know, why you think we put our life on the line? I can speak so. I know some of you in the audience listening saying, but wait, what happened? What happened all of a sudden? Wait, take it easy, priest. No, I can't. You can take it easy. You can take it easy. You can take it easy. Maybe you never looked down a barrel of a gun for speaking them things here. Listen to me. I ain't going to go no further. But you can take it easy. I ain't taking nothing easy. If Museveni, the ruler of Uganda, knows what he knows, he's supposed to be doing more for the consciousness of the black nation. Yeah, that's all. Them is one of the most exploited piece of real estate on the planet. Uganda, Congo, one of them areas there, most exploited real estate on the planet. And even if you can try to excuse him from that, and you may have some loopholes, because I've already told you who the real killers are. And him being there for so long, even if you excuse him from the strong level of exploitation, you may even bring stats and facts that I honestly do not know about, because some of you listening may be listening from Uganda, or maybe not from Uganda, but from somewhere else in the world, but you are from Uganda, and you may be saying, brother, you can't badmouth my president. I ain't badmouthing the brother. I've been speaking very highly of him from the time I started. The little I know, I have not been bad-mouthing nobody. And as I said, you may know more than me. I'm not saying I'm the professor on the subject here. You may bring stats to show me that exploitation has gone down since 2000 and plus. Okay. Fair enough. I've never accused him of that. Although I've heard and seen and even read many articles that would lean you to accuse him of that too. And Paul Kigali and all of them in that region. But all I am saying is this: I don't need no stats. I don't need too much graphs to show me. I heard what he said, and I know he has great knowledge of what he said. He himself said that he don't have enough time to tell you what he really know. So he, as the president, should be, how does the curriculum look then? How does the Ugandan curriculum look? Don't play with me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm telling you the truth. Because these things touch me very much. Very much. You see like you concerned with I don't know what concerns you. You may be concerned with football. You concerned with basketball. Somebody else may be concerned with poverty in the community. Somebody is concerned with women being raped, and I'm concerned with them last two things very much. But you see these things here? When I hear the leader of a country talking like that, I don't know if he think he's impressing somebody like me. And again, I will leave this point. He may be doing something that I do not know about, and I'm humbly saying, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. He may be doing something that I don't know about. But for them kind of status there that he have, I tell you, is millions them man have, brother. Them African leaders don't play with them. It ain't no little get by thing, you know. This ain't no Thomas Sankara going on here, you know. This is millions of dollars. When Idi Amin got away, is Uganda we're talking about. When Idi Amin got out of Uganda, you know, according to headlines, when he fled, keep in mind, you know, there's this documentary, one of them propaganda documentary they have. It's from Al Jazeera too. I Knew Idi Amin. You should check it out. And his daughter would tell you that the Arabian government took good care of him. Real good care of him. And they showed you the apartment where he was staying, etc., etc. Anybody that follow Idi Amin and his family knows that it's no grand, lavish life nobody was living after they left Uganda. The point I'm making is this. For the lies they would tell about somebody like Idi Amin, remember, you know, when he left Uganda, he was totally out of their hands. From he left Uganda, man, and he found himself in Arabia. That was it, you know. So obviously the millions and the billions that he would have had, and if he was, I mean, who we're supposed to believe he was, his millions and billions wouldn't be parked up in Uganda. In fact, there's no report of any millions or billions that they recovered from him in Uganda. And the life he was living in Arabia was so simple, there was no sight neither of the millions or billions anywhere. And even when you look at his children, although he had scores, still, from what we are to believe, he had enough to leave all of them with several millions and maybe some billions. But there's no sign of none of this. Museveni is a man with millions. Mugabe is a man with millions. And Mugabe's millions, from the report, is the least of the millions amongst the African leaders. I know he's not the head anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say. So a man like Museveni is rocking somewhere up in the hundreds of millions in a man. No, come on, and how much private jet? I mean, I'm not lying on the man. So this is why I'm saying that with the knowledge he has there, that's why I'm not impressed. For what he's saying there, he's supposed to be doing something that at least I should have heard it over here. Like, wow, you hear what Museveni doing? Look, Umar Johnson building school. And people have all kind of things to say about Umar Johnson building school. I don't think Umar Johnson have 100 million. I think when he reached his million mark with his donation or whatever, you don't know, he go to crab in the barrel and a heap of things start to happen and whatever you may think of Umar Johnson. But the point I'm making is, everybody know Umar Johnson building or built or rented or buy or whatever it is a school. Marcus Garvey Frederick Douglass School, Umar Johnson. Whether you like him or like him not, he put his effort into it and the word get around. He's not Museveni. But it seems as if what he knows, Museveni knows too. I no disrespect to the prince of Pan-Africanism, but Museveni may know more. Hey, you gotta pardon me, boy. I know this actually went somewhere else, you know. To be honest, I really was highlighting the brother's speech. You know, it's comforting to hear it, yes. But I mean, when I really sit on it, and maybe throw a bun in my chalice right now live too, when I really sit on it, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Maybe you should have just hushed him out. You know, I don't want to sound disrespectful to the man. I'm telling you the honest truth, you know, trust me. Because if I was to meet him, I wouldn't be dissing him. I would, whatever, shake his hand, whatever the protocol is, and say, Honorable Sir, it is a pleasure to meet you, and give him all respect and protocols. Trust me. But if I'm going to speak to him, I mean, trust me, I'm a very straight person. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm very straight. And all that came out here, if I'm to spend enough time with the good president, and we were to free up ourselves, trust me, it will get to that as well. Yeah, that's who I am. So my brother, if you know all of this, just so I would say, so if you know all of what you're telling me, so what's going on in Uganda? Oh, my brother, it's very hard, you know. I know I'm the president, you know. But yeah, I know, okay, before you go that far, I don't want to stop you. I know it is hard. You don't have to explain that part. Obviously you know more than me. But I have a good idea what you're getting at. But yet still, there are other things you can. I'm not telling you to try to change your whole system. I know the unseen hand that's in the back of the puppet that makes it talk. But yet still, there are other things. Look at what I do. I do an essay competition every year for African History Month. People from other islands contact me and said, wow, they would like to, you know, do something similar in their place, in their country. If I could assist them. Me. So if I can do that, you can do that. So what is he going to tell me? My brother, you would be surprised, you know. I know you said I have 100 million, but it's easier for you to do that than for me to do. I don't know, boy. This is a dread world. But anyway, time well spent. Give thanks, you know, my brothers and sisters, for your presence, you know. And of course, you know, what am I going to say? Time is on us. I'm honored and happy. As I said, look forward to the Cosmic series. Don't run nowhere yet. Hold on. I have a lot of things to say. Look forward to the Cosmic series. The Cosmic series, The Heavens Declare the Glory. That is going to be a 4 to 5 part lecture series that will directly go into the cosmos, the movement of the heavens. And if I'm doing it in 5 parts, that means we're going to be breaking it down on different levels. So at the end of it, you should have a real understanding, comprehension on a theological level, on the academical level, as well as it relates to the astronomical clock and the movements of the heavens. So look forward to that. That is going to be the Cosmic series, The Heavens Declare. Yeah, the glory. Definitely. Video lecture series, you know, 4 to 5 parts. And of course, all our subscribers will be definitely getting their full series off the bat. So you don't even have to worry about that. Remember, of course, the 20th day of this month now, talking about April. That will be the Saturday after Good Friday. That will be 8 p.m. will be the Night of the Black Tiger. We will be definitely premiering the Night of the Black Tiger live and direct. And of course, you can get your copy of the Night of the Black Tiger, all you have to do is email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and you get your copy of the Night of the Black Tiger, which is the divinity of Marcus Messiah Garvey. That is our third official full-length DVD documentary. These are documentaries now. The Night of the Black Tiger is a documentary, not a lecture, not a radio show, you know, man. The Night of the Black Tiger, talking about months in the making, man. The Night of the Black Tiger, the divinity of Marcus Messiah Garvey. And while you're at it, it is best that you get a copy of the book, The True Biblical Land of Israel, our e-book, and of course the other e-book, which is Anu, Ancient and Modern Revisited. And of course, every time we mention Anu, we always have to remind you that the invitation is open to one and all to come and join us right here in Antigua, you know, and our company, which is Rastafari Experience Antigua, specializes in tours directly dealing with the culture and heritage of this landmass, primarily the Rastafari heritage and culture, and of course Green Castle Hill. So for all you megalith junkies, you know, all you stellar freaks out there, those, you know, who would be contacting me, and no offense, who would be contacting me and saying, well, my brother, I don't think I'm going to make it for the summer solstice this year, which is the 21st day of June. I want to come down for the summer solstice, but I'm not going to make it. I'm not getting vacation until August. I'm not getting vacation at that time. Man, you can come whenever you want. You can come by yourself. You don't have to wait on nobody. You don't have to wait on the summer solstice, no equinox. All you have to do is contact me and say, Priest Isaac, I would like to come to Antigua to get my hike up to Green Castle Hill, and I would email you the package and tell you what else we have available and what can be done and all of that. To be honest, no shake about it. You know, a lot of people definitely contact us with the hope just to come to Antigua to sit and meet with us and to be counseled by us as well. So all you have to do is to contact us via the email priestisaac27@gmail.com, and we will give you a full itinerary for your time with us and exactly what the package is that will be available for you, and we could definitely get it on, as they would say, and experience Green Castle Hill, the alignment, the megaliths, the movements of the stars that align with these rocks that protrude out of the earth. Yeah, man, this is an experience you definitely want to be a part of. So do give thanks again for the life giver and the keeper of life, and give thanks for all those who took the time to sup with us. As we always say, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, Mos 70 obviously knows his history. The knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And remember, it takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Let's love.
Subscribe to the Mystic Vibrations Shock of the Hour program today and never miss another episode. The Shock of the Hour is a Radio Anu exclusive program produced every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By now, I am sure that you are aware that all our programs are packed with information, inspiration, mystic vibrations, as well as hot button topics. Every evening, we enter into a different dimension, even if it is a part 2 of the previous program, whether it's history or mystery, biology or philosophy, domestic affairs or the locks of your hair. The mystic vibration is sure to bring something new and interesting to the table every evening. So never miss another episode again. Subscribe to the Shock of the Hour now. And don't forget your Kiswahili word of the day and your daily scientific fact. So, to subscribe, give us an email, priestisaac27@gmail.com, or call or WhatsApp us today. Area code 1268-728-3162. The Shock of the Hour. Never miss another program.
And a special note to all our new subscribers. All our new subscribers will receive a special copy of the DVD documentary, full length, The Night of the Black Tiger, The Divinity of Marcus Mosiah. Alafia to each and every one. Salamta and blessed love. Honorable Priest Isaac here. It is with great joy that I am happy to announce to you that I have officially released my first ebook, Anu Ancient and Modern Revisited. This is the continuation process of our easy-to-read books. Within the pages of Anu Ancient and Modern Revisited, we take the time to show you the spiritual connection with the island of Antigua and Heliopolis in Kemet in Egypt, with the island of Antigua and the legendary continent of Atlantis. We also highlight Green Castle Hill, also known as Mount Anu, which is known as the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, with the countless of megaliths that align with the movements of the heavens. This is a must-read for all those who are students of the esoteric realms, astronomy, geology, and ancient sites. Of course, to get a copy of your book, all you have to do is to contact us at area code 1268-728-3162, call, text, or even WhatsApp. Or you can email us at priestisaac27@gmail.com to get a copy of your ebook, Anu Ancient and Modern. It is an easy to read book, may appear light, but it is extremely heavy.